Akira Lyle wants to know, can you use a 6S 4000 milliamp hour battery on a 5-inch Nazgul Evoke? They offer it for the F6, but not the 5-inch. No, I think that's too heavy. Akira Lyle, like, a rule of thumb is that the battery should be about half the dry weight of the quad. So if the quadcopter weighs 400 grams without the battery, then the battery should weigh about 200 grams. That's for a reasonably acrobatic performance. So you could go, like, you could have a 300-gram battery on a 400-gram quad. But getting 6S 4000, like, what does that battery weigh? What does it weigh? Are you talking about the full sense lithium ion? I think you must be. What does it weigh? 400. Yeah, so that battery is nearly as heavy as the quad itself. That's pushing it. The other thing is that the 6-inch quadcopter is going to be a little more efficient. And so this battery is not going to potentially have the current capacity to deliver the number of amps that a 5-inch freestyle drone is going to want. That's the other reason they don't recommend it, is my guess. Night Owl wants to know, what's the right place for sourcing enamel wire for replacing an ELS antenna on a whoop? Can I use motor windings? You can use motor windings. The difference is that motor windings will often have high temp enamel on them that you can't just burn off with a soldering iron. So you would need to use sandpaper or something to scrape the winding off, which is not really necessary to have high temp enamel for a receiver antenna. The other thing you can do is you can take you could frankly use just any piece of wire. It doesn't have to be enamel wire. Any sort of piece of solid core wire of the correct length. You could just have a piece of shielded wire. Let's see here. Nahian Ahmed says, I'm going to Bangladesh from the USA. After traveling, I bought a DJI FPV drone here in the US. Airlines told me drones are not allowed, although it's not written anywhere in their website. What I would do, Nahian, is put the drone in your checked bag. Carry the batteries with you. Do not put the batteries in the checked bag. There is no prohibition against having a drone in your checked bag. You had a miscommunication. The batteries will go through security. They'll look at them. And frankly, if they're DJI batteries, they probably won't even look at them suspiciously. Like, mini quad batteries kind of look weird with wires and shit. Eric Asher says, check for battery size limits. There's no way that a DJI FPV drone battery isn't okay for carry-on. DJI wouldn't do that. Like, if we were talking about a giant quad, like, like an S1000 or something, maybe. But DJI FPV drone, the batteries are going to be fine to carry on. Now, whether you will be able to bring the drone into Bangladesh, I can't tell you. But as far as the airline restrictions, put the aircraft itself in your checked bag. No one cares. The batteries are the only thing they care about. Carry the batteries with you. End of story. Eric Ashner, I think your recollection is wrong about batteries. Each individual battery has to be under 100 watt hours. You may have as many as you want, as long as each individual battery is under 100 watt hours. You may have up to 2 batteries of 150 watt hours, is my recollection. Steve Tricks, I can't say whether Bangladesh customs are going to care. That's not my area of expertise. OD5, thank you for a €5 super chat. If I update all my DJI to the newest firmware, my DJI Black controller is useless, isn't it? Yes, that is correct. It is useless. You need to stop. So first of all, if you have the V2 goggles, just don't update your firmware. There's no need to update your firmware. Stop at firmware 0608 and life is fine. If you need to use the goggles 2 or the goggles Integra, then your black controller is now useless. Sorry, DJI just made this decision and there's nothing you can do about it. Could a 3.5-inch quad carry a GoPro Hero 7? Philip Kunes, thank you for 249 euros. I am guessing it would take off, but I don't think you would enjoy the way that it flew. Captain Vlad Tepes says, I'm considering switching from my X9D to a TX16S Max, but the internal module seems weak. Should I get the 4-in-1 and use an external module? So if you really feel like you need that 1-watt output, then yeah, that's the way to go. The 250 milliwatts is okay. If you make sure to use an EP1 receiver with an external antenna, and if you're not like running 1,000 hertz, you'll be okay with 250 milliwatts. But if you really want that 1 watt of power, then sure, get the external module. Lucas Justo, thank you for a $2 super chat. I want to buy a 100 to 200. Any quads in mind? Lucas, at that price point, I would be looking at something in the micro size factor. Unfortunately, with just a budget, like what kind of flying are you trying to do? Are you interested in racing, freestyle, cinematic? Like what video system are you looking at? Do you want DJI? Do you want analog? I don't think that there is enough information there to make like a blanket recommendation for you. So. No, Mo, you're hurting me. You're hurting my soul. Mo. This is not okay. GoPro Hero 9 on the Emax Babyhawk 2 HD. Oh, he took the battery out, though. He's got the battery removed. That makes a big difference. I bet it's... I didn't say it wouldn't fly. I just said I don't think you would like how it flies. Oh, my God. Do we have sound? I don't want to get copyright, whatever, so there's music, so I'm not going to play the sound. Oh, my goodness gracious. Flight time, 1 minute. It's flying pretty smooth. It's stabilized. It's stabilized, so the smoothness is helped by the stabilization. I mean, he's not doing any crazy acro either. He's like just doing smooth cruising. Mo says it flies, but not good. Yeah, this is what you can expect from it. Oh, Mo, what are you doing? Don't fly over the street, Mo. Okay, you're flying over a parking lot. That is like it's a yellow card for flying over the parking lot, but you didn't fly over the street. If you fly over cars on the street, I'm going to have to shut down the stream. And like, is that you? That's you. Okay, you're good. That you didn't fly over the person. I'm wincing at you flying over this active street though, because like cars could be coming, and that makes me feel bad. I don't like that. Like currently there are no cars, but I saw cars. I feel better if you stayed over the construction area. It's okay. It's flying okay.